Good morning, students. Next topic we are considering as a in kinematics of fluid flow. In kinematics of fluid flow, in last class we consider the types of fluid motions as a linear, angular, rotational, or deformation, and also we consider types of acceleration. Now, next point we consider as a vorticity. So, vorticity is a measure of rotation of a fluid particle. So we can consider this fluid particle can be moved along the straight line. That means the linear translation. Also, the fluid particle, this fluid particle can be rotate about its axis. That is the angular motion causes rotation. So measurement of rotation of the fluid particle is called vorticity. Uh, so vorticity vector is taken as a or vorticity is taken as twice the angular velocity of the fluid particle. So vorticity is taken as twice the angular velocity of the fluid particle. So fluid, if you consider the fluid may be rotation. Suppose this as a fluid element we have considered along this is the x and this has a y direction. These are perpendicular to each other. So direction of a rotation vector will be perpendicular to this, that is along the z direction it will be rotate. Or we can consider here again this will be the rotation vector zeta. If you consider the fluid particle is this is x direction, y direction, this is y direction. The the z direction will be the direction of vorticity vector by right hand thumb rule. So in diagram we have shown the particle rotating along this clockwise direction, and the perpendicular to this is the vorticity vector. So vorticity is simply measure of rotation of the fluid particle. If vorticity is 0, the flow is irrotational. Vorticity is 0, flow is irrotational. That means fluid is moving along the straight lines. That is, the flow is irrotational. And if vorticity is non-zero, the fluid means the fluid may be circulating, that may be rotating in a flow. So measurement of rotationality is the vorticity. You can see the example in this diagram. Here this is a x fluid element along x and fluid element along the y direction. So in this consider we have consider in this we have consider in this diagram we have consider the vorticity vector direction. So fluid particle rotates in counterclockwise direction. So here we can see this is a flag shape or paper shape of fluid particle. So it will be revolve. This is rotating along the anti-clockwise direction or counterclockwise in a xy plane. So vorticity vector will be points perpendicular to these both axes. So this will be the vortices are created in the fluid. So this in this diagram we can see the vortex flow. The flow will be rotate along this axis, along the perpendicular axis to this motion, and this is the example shows the vortices created in the flow. So as the fluid is moving in a inner radius, its velocity will be increased. So vortices means the fluid is rotational, and if vortices are not there, flow is irrotational. So vorticity vector is twice the angular component or the twice the rotational component. So zeta x will be the twice of omega x. So we can find by this the angular components are along x will be the leaving u w and v are deba w by deba y minus deba v by deba z. So vorticity is measure of rotationality of a fluid. So if you consider this is the wall, stationary wall, and in that fluid is passing, so we can consider the region nearer to the wall or nearer to the any surface. Here, due to the as the wall is stationary, some fluid particles may be in contact with this wall surface, and there may be the in this region fluid may be having the rotational components, but in the away from the wall the fluid may be moving in a straight line, that is above region above this layer is considered as a irrotational, and region nearer to the wall or any obstruction we can consider as a that is fluids are rotating. Next, we consider as a velocity potential function denoted by the phi. Velocity potential function, this is denoted by the phi. So it is a scalar function of space and time. Scalar function of space and time such that the negative derivative with respect to the any direction, its negative derivative with respect to any direction gives velocity component in that direction. So if you take the negative derivative, means negative derivative of this will be the minus deva phi by deva x, suppose along x direction. So we'll give the velocity component direction of will be the in that direction. Negative derivative of velocity potential along y direction gives the velocity component in that y direction is v. So we get these values, u is equal to minus deba phi by deba x, v is equal to minus deba phi by deba y, means component along y direction, and along z is w. So this is a velocity potential function. That means it represents its, if you obtain the potential function and differentiate it, its negative derivative will be give the velocity component in that direction. So using the continuity equation, we have continuity equation deba u by deba x, deba v by deba y plus deba w by deba z equals to 0. Now putting the value of u from this potential velocity potential, so here we can write, putting the u as a minus deba phi by deba x, putting the value of v and w, we get deba square phi by deba x square, deba square phi by deba y square, and z square. So this is equation, quadratic equation, it's called Laplace equation. So for 2D flow, we can consider only x and y coordinates. In that, deba square phi by deba x square plus deba square phi by deba y square is equal to 0. So velocity potential function, so it will be goes on increasing. Negative sign means in it negative sign means it velocity potential function in that means decreases in the direction of the flow. This potential function decreases in the direction of the flow, so therefore it is minus sign is here. So velocity potential function derivative gives the velocity component in that direction. So properties of this potential function, already we have considered the rotational components along x, y, z. W z equal to half of deba v by deba x minus deba u by deba y. That is a angular velocity is average of velocity, rotational component are average of velocities, angular velocities in other two axes. So omega z will be average of velocity along y minus along x direction. Rotational component along y will be the average of uh, x and z axis. So as like we have rotational component, so substituting value of u, and uh, we we get my half of deva square phi by deva x by deva y. Similarly, omega y, we get half of this omega x, wx, we get this equation. Now if you consider here in denominator there is deva y deva z, and here deva z by deva y. So if you the phi is continuous function, means we are considering phi is a continuous function, then these two values, that is deba square phi by deba x deba y and deba y deba x will be equal. So we get these two values equal. At that time, these two equal means these three components will be zero. So that means rotational components are zero, means there is a flow is irrotational. If these three are zero, flow is not rotational. So when the Laplace equation is satisfied, means when Laplace value, this is the Laplace equation. Any value of potential function phi, if you consider any value of phi, will satisfy equation. Means we get rotational component WR 0, then flow is irrotational. So properties of this velocity potential function are: if there is exist velocity potential, then fluid flow is rotational, because if potential function is 0, then flow is irrotational, but if it exists, flow is rotational. And if the value of any potential function that satisfy Laplace equation, means we get Laplace equation value 0, then flow is in steady, incompressible, irrotational flow. These are the properties. Means phi value, if in phi value, and we get if we get the any value of phi, flow is rotational. And if the any value of phi, Laplace equation is 0, flow is irrotational. This is the properties of this potential function. Next is the stream function, that is denoted by the psi. So stream function, again it is similar to the potential function, but here difference as it is also a scalar function of space and time, such that its partial derivative with respect to any direction gives velocity component at a right angles to that direction in anticlockwise. So suppose we consider along x is the component is u, along y component is v. So psi is partial derivative of partial derivative with respect to any direction. So suppose uh, partial derivative with respect to any direction gives velocity component. So the derivation of psi with respect to any direction, suppose we take x direction, so we get the velocity component right angles to that direction. So right angles to that direction is v. So deva psi by deva x will be the v. And if you take derivative of the stream function psi with respect to the y, so with respect to y, but we are taking in anti-clockwise, so in this direction will be negative, we get minus u. So only change in stream velocity potential we get, if differentiate potential function we get same velocity component, but here we get component right angles to that direction. Means differentiation of psi in x direction is we get right angles to that is the v, and differentiation with respect to y, its differentiation is u, so minus u, because in clockwise. So as like the stream function, if you have the stream function, its derivative in direction gives the velocity right angles to that direction. So here we have shown, if we can take the changes, here u is positive. So differentiation of psi with respect to y is u, and differentiation of stream function psi with the x is v, that is right angle. So this is called as a stream function. So we know streamline is already we know as a, it is tangent to the streamline is tangent to the velocity vector v. So we can resolve in the two dimensions u and v. So we can obtain from stream function the values of u and v can be obtained. So we have considered psi is a function of x, y. So differentiation of psi with respect to x is v, and with respect to y is minus u. So again using continuity equation, for two dimension only, neglecting the w, we get this, and substituting the value of v and u, we get again minus del bar square phi psi del by x del by y. So if we again consider continue, then uh, continue, hence existence of the psi means a possible case of fluid flow. So if there is a exist psi function, there is a possible case of fluid flow, and the flow may be the rotational or irrotational. So we have assumed the flow is existing, means there is a flow. If that equation satisfy this equation, that means there is a possible case of flow, and flow may be rotational or irrotational. That may be both two possibilities. So we have to find out its rotational component. So rotational component already formalized wz is this, substituting the value of u and v. U is deba psi y deba x, and v, sorry, and u value is deba psi by deba y. So half of this deba square deba y square. For irrotational flow, this component should be 0. That is wz should be 0. So for equation becomes this, deba square psi upon deba x square plus deba square psi deba y square. This is again Laplace equation of a psi. So means if the omega component is 0, then flow is irrotational. So properties of stream functions are, if stream function exists, then there is a type of possible type of flow, but the flow can be rotational or irrotational. Now if omega is 0, means this Laplace equation will be 0. If omega is 0, this Laplace equation is 0. Means the stream function satisfy the Laplace equation, then fluid is possible case of irrotational flow, because omega is 0, means flow is irrotational. So as like potential function, stream function is having the, if it is exist, it may be possible type of flow. So we can obtain the relation between the two, stream function and potential function. So u is equal to minus deba phi deba x, and v is equal to, so this is to our potential function. Potential functions are negative derivative along that direction gives the velocity in that direction. So u is equal to this, v is equal to this. And for stream function, u is equal to minus deba psi by deba y. So equating the values of u, we can get the relation between these two as deba phi by deba x is equal to deba psi by deba y. So if you know any, if we know the phi, we can determine the stream function using this relation. Next concept we are considering equipotential lines. Equipotential lines. Before equipotential lines, so equipotential lines, that is the velocity potential. We consider the velocity potential phi. So if phi is constant, then it is called as a equipotential lines. In that the phi value potential function is constant. So we know phi is a function of x and y in two coordinate system. So d phi, variation of differentiation of phi will be the along x will be the deva phi by deva x dx, deva phi by deva y dy. Now deva phi by deva x, we know the differentiation of this will be the minus u. Differentiation of stream function is minus u, and differentiation of potential function with respect to y is minus v. So, and if the phi is constant, then its differentiation will be constant. So d phi is equal to 0. So putting the values minus u dx minus v dy, or rearranging u dx plus v dy equal to 0. This is called equation of equipotential line, u dx plus v dy. Again rearranging u dx equal to minus v dy, taking v on the left, minus u by v is equal to dy by dx. This is the slope of equipotential line. So this slope we can consider m1 as a dy by dx equal to minus u by v. So equipotential lines means where the phi is constant, means phi is not changing. Now we consider the streamline. Uh, we consider a streamline along the stream function. So this is a uh, here if you consider streamline, already we consider streamline is tangent to the, this is a velocity vector. The streamline is tangent to this velocity vector. This is supposed streamline, this is tangent to the velocity vector. So we have considered streamline along the stream function, and psi is constant, means stream function is constant, psi is constant. At that time, again differentiation of psi will be the, it is also function of x and y. So deva psi by deva x along distance dx plus deva y by deva psi by deva y dy. So by definition of stream function, deva psi by deva x will be the differentiation of stream function in any direction is equal to velocity component right angle to that. So along the x we can consider the differentiation of the psi. So here is the u, here is the velocity v. So differentiation along x, we get the velocity component along the y is v, and differentiation along y we get u. So deva psi by deva y is minus u, and if you assume the psi is constant, then we get 0 is equal to v dx minus u dy. So v by u is equal to dy by dx is the slope of streamline. So slope is m2. So if you consider these two lines, slope of these two lines m1 m2. So m1 already we consider minus u by v. Minus u by v into v by u will be the minus 1. So these are two will be the perpendicular. So we can consider this, find the relation between the equipotential and streamline. So this product of these two line slopes will be, we get minus 1. So if the product of slope of two line is minus 1, lines are orthogonal or 90 degree to each other. So therefore constant streamline and equipotential lines are orthogonal to each other, means they are here 90 degree angle will be there. So this is the relation between the equipotential and streamline, they are orthogonal to each other. So next topic is the flow net. So flow net we can consider is a graphical representation of irrotational flow in two dimensions. It is a grid formed by drawing streamlines and equipotential lines intersecting orthogonally. So already we consider as a, if the this is the uh, this is equipotential line and this as a streamline, they are orthogonal to each other. That means angle between them is 90 degree. So we have formed the grid by drawing the equipotential lines. These are the equipotential lines and these are the equal streamlines, stream function lines. Drawing the streamlines and equipotential lines, the we get the flow net. So here we have drawn the flow net. The difference between these two streamlines, this is a streamline psi and this is a streamline psi plus d psi. So along the flow, the difference between these two lines is the d psi. In the this difference between the stream function is maintained constant, psi plus d psi, again psi plus 2 d psi. As like we can draw the streamlines, and also we can write the phi stream function. Then difference between the two consecutive, between these and these is the d phi. Between these two and these two is the d phi is again potential difference. Velocity potential is constant. So d psi and d phi, we are taking the same value nearer. So we have taken in a flow, streamlines and equipotential lines are spaced discharge between the two constant equipotential lines is same. So these are the two constant equipotential lines. So discharge between these two is dq. Dq is same. Discharge between these two lines is same. Again, we have considered the spacing between two consecutive potential line and consecutive streamline is equal. So grid form is approximately square. So this difference and this difference is approximately same. So we can consider grid form is of nearly squares. So this is a flow net. We can obtain or we can represent graphically the by drawing the streamlines of the flow and drawing the equipotential lines, we get the flow net. So flow net we can use to determine the velocity or discharge. If it is known at any reference point, we can find the discharge at the other points by using the continuity equation. And flow between the two streamlines is the flow between these two streamline is the volumetric discharge. So we can find the q as a difference of these two stream functions. So flow between these two streamline is volumetric. So that is psi d psi. Difference between the two streamline is d psi, psi 2 minus psi 1. The flow between these two stream function is the volumetric discharge. So again, there are use of these flow nets to find the velocity discharge of the flow. So this we have considered the vorticity function, velocity potential function, then stream function, then drawing of the flow net, uh, and also we have considered the here stream function and velocity potential function. So in next class we take the numericals on this stream functions, uh, velocity potential function and accelerations. Thank you.